My name's Mary Stevens. I am the mother of the groom. Today is one of the most special days in my life because my precious son has chosen the most amazing, wonderful girl in the world to marry and made us very, very proud and happy.
Hi everyone, my name is Hannah and I am a bridesmaid. I've been friends with Tammy for 20 years now. So yeah, already feeling quite teary just at the sight of her with her hair, and we're now getting ready, getting picked up in 2 hours, and yeah, just extremely special to be part of this today.
I am Bianca. I am today's maid of honor, as well as will be the MC later tonight. I'm obviously one of Tammy's best friends. We met at university and we've been friends ever since. I love Tam so much because she is the greatest friend, and she's just always so loving and kind to all of us, not just me, but all of the bridesmaids that are here today and everyone that knows her and loves her. And I think that's why we're all so excited for her today, and to see her looking so absolutely stunning. I think she's taking all of our breaths away. Poor Matt's gonna have a heart attack.
And so I ask the all-important question: who presents this beautiful, glistening-eyed bride's hand to be married? I do. Give your daughter's right hand into your left hand. There we go. Lead your bride up to the sacred space here. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. It says here, love is a promise that is always kept. One of the eternal truths about any marriage. One of the eternal truths that speaks about people being committed to one another.
Love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, it is not rude, it is not self-seeking.
Love is a promise that is always kept, a fortune that can never be spent, a seed that can flourish even in the most unlikely of places. And this radiance that never fades, this mysterious, magical joy, is the greatest treasure of all.
I, Matthew, take you, Tamaryn, to be my wife.
I, Matthew, take you, Tamaryn, to be my wife.
I promise to be true to you
I promise to be true to you
in good times and in bad,
in good times and in bad,
in sickness and in health.
in sickness and in health.
I will love you and honor you
I will love you and honor you
all the days of my life.
all the days of my life.
Right, separate your hands, please. Tammy, please take Matthew's hands within yours. In the sight of God, your family and friends gathered here today, loudly and clearly, I ask you to marry your groom, Matthew. I, Tamaryn, take you, Matthew,
I, Tamaryn, take you, Matthew,
to be my husband.
to be my husband.
I promise to be true to you
I promise to be true to you
in good times and in bad,
in good times and in bad,
in sickness and in health.
in sickness and in health.
I will love you and honor you
I will love you and honor you
all the days of my life.
all the days of my life.
Tamaryn and Matthew, you have declared your consent before all that is sacred, your family and friends gathered here today. May your days be filled with joy, with peace, life and love. Amen. Very special young man by the name of Tatum, who is our ring bearer, and he's going to come forward now. And water is not only a symbol of the life we give one another, but also the essence of life. And so I bless these rings with peace. And also so that Tammy and Matthew can see you as well. Okay, Tamaryn, take this ring
Tamaryn, take this ring
as a sign of my love
as a sign of my love
and of my commitment to you.
and of my commitment to you.
Right, put it on. Sure. Okay, go let Tammy take Matthew's ring. Sure. Okay, come and stand back here, Tatum. Matthew, take this washer. Just have a look at it afterwards, folks. Matthew, take this ring
Matthew, take this ring
as a sign of my love
as a sign of my love
and of my commitment to you.
and of my commitment to you.
Right, put it on. And now, folks, ons kan hulle nou nie langer keer nie. Let's allow them to give each other the first kiss of their married lives.
Seeing Matt standing at the end of the aisle was very scary. I did almost start crying, but then I pulled it together. And yeah, I love him so much, and I'm so happy to be Mrs. Stevens at last after 8 years.
That's where you find me, oh, somewhere over the rainbow. Bluebirds fly, and the dream that you dare to, oh why can't I?
Tammy, I'm so glad this is all done. I'm so relieved. Absolutely relieved. With my dress that's just been all stitched up, it's feeling okay on the side. With your girls that were so great with my dress. And you looked amazing. You and B getting a bit of a giggle fit there, I was a little bit nervous about, but it all worked out very well. And I'm sure the rest of the evening is going to be great. Love you lots.
Well, I see skies of blue and I see clouds of white and the brightness of day. I like the dark and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people passing by.
Matt, Tammy, you look absolutely stunning, baby. I mean, I wish the two of you lots and lots and lots of happiness. And we're waiting for the little one first, eh? Okay.
And I watch them go, they'll learn much more than we'll know, and I think to myself.
Dearest Tamaryn and Matthew, on this so special day and from far away, most warmest wishes to both of you, as you have reached a wonderful milestone with the words, I do. It was fate that brought our families together, two small girls embarking on their first endeavor. Tammy's Lederhausen did the trick, and our girls' friendship became thick. Soon ballet and pink tutus became the fashion, not so sure about the talent, but there was a lot of passion. Pony riding followed soon at a lovely farm behind Dunoon. But the Spice Girls topped it all, scary shoes were bought at the mall. Cameraman Rolf, forever proud, made the girls perform out loud. Starting school, we formed a pool, taking our precious kids to school. We miss you lots. That's how it ends. With lots of love from Catherine, Des, Maxine, and Victor.
Good evening, everyone. I just wanted to take a moment to say a few words about our beautiful bride and, let's just be honest, lucky groom. For those who don't know, I'm Dominic. I'm Matt's best man, as he said. After being asked to speak here, the first thing I was told is that I really need to be either really funny or really quick. So this is going to be very brief, just so you all know. I've known Matt for a very long time, since we began high school together. And Tammy, since Matt introduced her as this girl I was chatting to online. And for those of you who didn't know, they actually did meet online. Since then, Tammy and I have actually become friends in our own right. And I really couldn't be happier with Matt's choice in wife. I mean, it's not often you find two people so well suited to one another, and I really do believe that. It's not surprising though, Tammy has actually nurtured Matt into a responsible adult, and I promise you that took some doing. Tammy also has the benefits of a wonderful family, really, and I'd like to thank Rolf and Lucille for making today possible and for really welcoming Matt so lovingly into their family. I mean, it's really been something special. And with that, let's raise a glass to the bride and groom and their families.
Okay. Now that you all know who I am, and we've been over the ground rules earlier and everything, I thought I'd say a few words. I am the second of quite a few speakers, so as I said, make sure your glasses are topped up, otherwise you can steal from your neighbors. Over the past 2 years, I have been a bridesmaid 3 times. So you would have thought that by now I completely had this nailed and I wouldn't be as nervous as I am wondering what to say. So to start off, what is a bridesmaid? We help the bride to choose her flowers. We cry when she tries on her first dress, as I did a little bit. We stuff our bras with tissues for during the ceremony. For those little tears. And we also make sure that the crazy family members and loud people are situated in the far corners of the room on the day. I'm not at that table. Yes, you are! But I actually started wondering, where does the custom of a bridesmaid really come from? So as every 21st century girl with an iPhone does, I googled it. Because the bride is the most important person on the day, everything is done to protect her from misfortune. In the old days, sometimes marriage was by capture, and a maiden was guarded by her family to prevent this. And this is where the bridesmaids came in. Basically, they would act as decoys by wearing very similar dresses to the bride and then confuse kidnappers and also keep evil spirits away. So, Tam, I think I kept the evil spirits away. I didn't keep Matt away, but I'm very glad he captured you today. So, some of you guys might be wondering who I am. Yeah, they are obviously, how did I meet Tam? Where do I know her? Because she's lucky enough to have some amazing friends that she's had since kindergarten. And yet I'm standing up here and a lot of you have never met me. So basically in 2008, I started studying at Stellenbosch University. And one random day, a random girl walked straight into my room without knocking and asked me if I had a wireless keyboard. She then proceeded to storm out because I didn't have one. About 10 minutes later, she walked back in without knocking again and actually introduced herself. Tamaryn Baumann, my German neighbor. Next page. Over the next 3 years of living together, we perfected the art of bunking class, procrastinating during exams, and watching just about every season of every series imaginable. Our procrastinating days usually consisted of face masks made of whatever was in our fridge, trying to sell Tam's very long and luscious hair on Gumtree, that is a true story, or conversations about basically completely nothing, such as Lola the show goat, who was to be our pet at some point in our lives. For one of these years, Hannah joined us, and we lived together, the three of us. For me, this ended up being quite a culture shock. I'm a little half Italian girl from Cape Town, and suddenly there was constant German chitter-chatter and lots of German food happening in our flat. I did, however, learn more about the Von Trapp family and their not so much relation to the Laumans, unfortunately. I was quite upset about that. I know one of Lucille's favorite stories is how she discovered mine and Tam's completely sensible reaction to rain in Stellenbosch, which happens quite often. Basically, if it's raining, it just means there's no class. And thus, me and Tam don't go, ever. Lucille, I'm sorry that I was preventing your daughter from crossing, like stormed out roads in torrential rain with thunder and lightning. But in the end, we both got a degree, so yay to us. Now, all of mine and Tam's stories actually didn't always occur in Stellenbosch. There was a trip to the Kruger Park, I know Tanya knows about this one, where Tam became a little bit emotional over a Kings of Leon song. She did discover Jägermeister that day, so yeah. I did pack her bags for her the next day as well, because she was a little bit tired on the couch. Tam, there was that time you broke your toe and I laughed at you. And also the birthday fudge I made myself that you ate before I could have a piece. The many concerts and live acts that we went to together. Bieber fever, I'll admit it. And then, of course, there is the event that secured our friendship. The glange. What is the glange, you ask? It's an illness which left two girls on the cold, tiled floor of their apartment at 4 a.m. and eventually resulted in a hospital visit for me and, quite a few doctor bills for Tam. Basically, glandular fever is like death. Now, we can't forget that over all this time, I wasn't the only and probably not the most important person in your life. Matthew Stevens. Mattalicious, definitious, makes the girls go crazy, as I like to say. Firstly, well done. You caught her, hook, line, and sinker. I can't remember the first time I met you. You were kind of always just there. Either last voice note conversations, visiting us in Stellenbosch, or just fixing my laptop for me. Thanks. For Tam's bachelorette, last page. We asked Matt a few questions about Tammy and then got her to answer the same questions. And the two that stuck with me the most were, what is your greatest quality and what is her greatest quality? Because you said she was very organized and she said you're very funny. And she said the exact same thing. And I just think it's so cute that you think so much of the exact same thing about each other, and it's like the perfect little fit. So I love that. Maddie, take care of my Tam. Cook her amazing meals, which I know that you do. Spoil her with your love and make her laugh. Don't go fishing too much. And remember every day how much she loves you and you love her. My Tab, you look beyond stunning today. As we all saw with Matt's face, like throughout the ceremony. Don't think he heard a single word anyone else said. You worked so hard to be this beautiful bride, and it paid off. There are no words to describe how amazing you look today. Your warm heart and kindness has made me forever grateful that you stormed into my room in 2008. I don't know what I would do without you. You're my best friend, and I trust that when we are grandmas, we will be funneling Castle Light, as you are so good at it now, while our grandchildren are asleep, and we are friends forever. So, yeah. Matt, Tam, I love you guys so much.
My name's Hannah, and I have known Tammy. It'll be next year. It'll be 20 years. So that's madness. I could really begin with the story of how you wet your pants in first grade because you weren't allowed to leave the classroom. But you really hated that when I did that at your 21st, so we won't go there. Or I could tell you about the first time that Tam, Maxine, and Tush and I got sozzled, first ever time. We were about 15 at an exceedingly seedy bar in Obs one night. You don't remember? Well, that explains it. But yeah, that story's too incriminating, so we won't do that. The story's about the many, many times that we were thrown out of class in science class. Make me look like I'm a bad influence, so I won't do that. But yeah, thankfully today is a day on which I'm allowed to unabashedly and without reservation sing your praises. Tam, there are 3 qualities about you that define you. And that have really caused me to have the kind of love for you that I have for the members of my own family. Your loyalty, I can say that without a doubt, you've never given up on anybody that you consider a friend. You haven't on me. Through our 20 years of friendship, you've always stood by me through the couple of silly things I've done. Your thoughtful and kind nature, whether that means simply remembering every single anniversary and birthday ever of those that she knows, or whether it means reminding her friends and family to be thoughtful and giving over Christmas. That's something about you that I've always aspired to, Tam. So yeah, Matt, needless to say, you really have bagged a winner. Thank you for being the man that you are in Tammy's life, and for being such a source of joy to her. Rolf and Lucille, it is extremely special to share this day with you. Happy anniversary, congratulations. And yeah, cheers everybody, have a great night. Really great to be here tonight.
When Tammy and Matt said that they wanted to get married on the 22nd of February, I was very pleased. Reason being that 28 years ago, Lucille and myself got married on that day. So, Matt, your new job would be to remind me of my anniversary each year. Tammy, you've always been a daddy's girl. I've always been proud of my beautiful and talented girlie. May I just say, like everybody else, you're absolutely looking absolutely gorgeous and stunning. And Matt, I think you're a lucky guy. We've also been told to keep our speeches quite short. So I don't want to sort of take anything away from your speech, because I believe you've got a hell of a lot to say tonight. Before I hand you over to the man of the moment, Matthew, I would like to propose a toast to the new Mr. and Mrs. Stevens. Thank you.
Someone look in the eyes, eh?
Cheers, Chad.
I'd like to start by sharing how happy I am that all of my family on both sides managed to actually come through today. It means a lot to see everyone together. It's not something that happens very frequently. Some feel as though this day should have come a lot sooner, but to be honest, I was just keeping Tammy's options open. Speaking of Tammy, can you believe how beautiful she is? It's absolutely ridiculous. I've always thought she's beautiful, but today it's amazing. And everyone is right. Without a doubt, I am indeed the luckiest man alive. I can remember the first time we met quite clearly, sort of. But since then, our relationship has been nothing but a crazy, wild roller coaster ride of new experiences. Spending the early part of our adult lives together really gave us an opportunity to grow together, to discover what we wanted, what we liked out of life, and what we wanted to achieve. I believe that for the most part, we positively influenced each other, and that's one of the things that actually kept us together through all these years. Since the beginning, we've actually always had a strong relationship. I've always believed Tammy was too good for me, and I still think that, to be honest. I also believe that after spending so many years together, you get quite accustomed to each other, and that sort of acquaintance becomes precious, and that's sort of how one's love grows. And I really appreciate that, and I really appreciate the time we've spent together, Tammy. Tammy's shown quite a huge amount of love and support for me over the years. Imagining my life without her is actually quite a sad thought. Since we've been together, she's opened my eyes to many new experiences, many things that I didn't believe would actually appeal to me in the end. But my life is much richer as a result. She's broadened my horizons, she's enriched my life, and her influence over my formative years in Cape Town is something that I'm truly grateful for. Our relationship, like any other, has had its ups and downs, but we've never really had a reason not to stand by each other's side and carry our relationship through. Tammy is someone who definitely has her heart in the right place. She's always had strong family values, an excellent sense of right and wrong, a sense of adventure, and an instinct for making me happy. Her strong personality shines through in everything she does, and she's always trying to get the most out of life's experiences. Tammy's proven time and again that she has the willpower to change her life, and this makes her an example to everyone. She's proven that there's no reason you can't choose to live up what the heart desires. Tammy's changed so much over the years, but the things that have most attracted me to her will always be with her. Her strong desire to make things happen has always been something that I admire, and is something that I'm most proud of. I wish I knew how to effectively translate the feelings that I have for her. I want everyone to know that she is the number one factor in my life. Tamaryn Stevens has been the center of my existence for the last 8 years, and she'll remain that way for the next 80. Without her love and support and her strength of character, I doubt I'd be the man today. And there's no one else who's had a more positive influence on my life, and there's no one I'd rather spend the rest of my life with. So without further ado, I'd like us all to raise our glasses to a toast to the most wonderful woman in the world, Tamaryn Stevens. Now for the other 7 pages. Yeah, okay. I'll have to start again, I'm sorry. Alright. Thanks to everyone for coming. It means a lot that you could spend this special day with us. Specifically, I'd like to thank our extended families, many of who have made very long journeys just to be here. It means a lot that we're all together. It means a lot that everyone arrived safely. I'd especially like to thank the Kilfoyles, the Laumans, the Daniels, the Samuels, the Kemps, and also the Stevens family. Thank you very much for coming.
Yeah, exactly.
On behalf of both of us, I'd like to thank the bridesmaids and my groomsmen for their support, the dedication, and the wild times leading up to the wedding. And a special note to Louis, who helped us put everything together. And I feel like I really know Louis, even though I didn't actually get to spend that much time with him. Where is he? There he is. Thanks, Louis. We really appreciate your hard work. I'd also like to thank my parents and my brothers who've traveled from the UK to be here. For a long time, we weren't sure how everything was going to plan out, and it was quite stressful. But in the most part, we managed to get through in the end. Your marriage has always meant quite a lot to me, and it's something that I've always admired. It's something that I hope to share with Tammy going into the future. And just as a result of your example, I'd like us all just to raise a toast to the old Mr. and Mrs. Stevens.
Cheers.
Not that old, just older than us. Yeah, there was some other stuff here about sharing futures together, blah, blah, blah. I skipped that. I skipped all that. All right, fine. All right, so it's quite dark, so it get worse. I'd also like to thank Richard and Marina Kielfor. You guys have always been a blessing to our family. We really appreciate what you've done for us over the years. All right, then there's a very special family I wish to thank. This goes to Rolf and Lucille Lauman. Thank you for raising Tammy to be the absolutely amazing person that she is. Without your kindness, your caring, you're the kindest, the most caring, and the most supportive family I could possibly hope to be adopted in. You've always made me feel part of the family, and now that it's all official, we hope that we'll live to make you guys proud. Thank you for your support over the years, and I love you both very much. And I always appreciate what you've done for me. So, I think we should raise one last toast to Rolf and Lucille Lauman for everything they've done for us. Cheers. The end. Enjoy the night.
I might seem a bit sort of not as heartfelt as Matt, but I actually can't talk about him right now. You'll understand. But he's great. But what actually made me decide to stand up today was my cousin and his beautiful fiancée. They got engaged yesterday, and I'm so excited.
Do you hear me? I'm talking to you. Across the water, across the deep blue ocean, under the open sky. Oh my, baby, I'm trying. Boy, I hear you in my dreams. I feel you whisper.
Tammy and Matt, we are so proud of you guys. Congratulations for everything, and we are happy for you.
Tammy, you look absolutely amazing. Matthew, you couldn't have done better. The wedding was absolutely beautiful and we are really proud of you guys. Congratulations.
Lucky to be coming home again. They don't know how long it takes waiting for a love like this. Every time we say goodbye, I wish we had one more kiss. I'll wait for you, I promise you I will. I'm lucky I'm in love with my best friend. Lucky to have been where I have been. Lucky to be coming home again.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space with the air like I don't care. That's what you want.